Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Today, I'm going to use weights again. For those of you who do not have weights at home, I've said this before in a previous video, please use soup cans, one can in each hand, or something else that could be fairly even in weight and something you could hold in your hand that makes it easy for you. We're going to start in a straight line at the back edge of the mat. And I'm have one weight in each hand, so I'm going to warm up with the weights. So before I forget, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pilates Mat by Professor P, and then you can get regular notifications of these videos. For my FIT students, just pay attention and notice the different positions as you're working out. Okay, let's get started with the lateral arm lift. You're going to lift the arms up to the side and I'm going to stand equally on 2 feet. Today I'm going for simplicity. I don't want to do a whole lot of complex moves. So what's happening with my arms, it's like a bird flapping its wings. And I'm going to move around the mat as I always do so that you can have a side view, a front view, a back view, whenever I feel it's a better option in some way. 8 more. 1. And I'm using light weights. 3. You don't have to use super heavy. Like I said, soup cans would be sufficient as long as they weren't so wide that you couldn't hold it easily. 3 more. And 8. Good. Stay tall at your back. Well, I'm at the back edge of my mat. Your mat. And let's reach down to the floor and sit your tailbone back. And pause here. Bring the 2 weights, one weight about a foot in front of each foot. So the right weight, right hand in front of right foot, left hand in front of left. The knees are well bent. Now shift your weight back to your heels so much that your toes can lift up off the floor. Keep your chest right on top of your thighs or your abdomen and reach your arms out long ahead of you. Pull the shoulders back. Now this can be challenging with the weight in each hand. This is a little bit of a nice way to segue into deeper physical actions. Lift the arms up a little more. Move the sit bones back. Reach the arms up a little more. Come up to stand and then lower down. I'm going to face the side. This way you can see exactly what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to repeat that move again. Going to roll my shoulders down so that I don't lift them up by my ears, which happens when you have weights in your hand. It could happen. Then I'm going to take my 2 weights, press into my hip crease, use my abdominals. I'm going to lift up like I'm scooping out my lower tummy, which I am in a sense. Press my hands into the hip creases, move the sit bones back, press the weight to the heels, move my stomach onto my thighs, lower my hands down to the floor beside my toes. So my hands line up, the fingertips line up with the toe tips, in other words. The weight goes back. If you want to test and see if there is enough weight back, lift your toes. If you cannot lift your toes, move your knees and hips back. You're going to lift up a little bit so the chest is still reaching forward. And you're going to reach your arms out so you're parallel with the floor. Reach the arms up a little more. Move the tailbone back. Lift the arms up a little more. Reach up to stand. And then lower your hands down by your side. So that in and of itself can be challenging on its own. Take your time to roll down. Move your tailbone back one more time. Bring the weights down. Right weight outside right foot, left outside left. Pull your abdominals and shift the weight back. Then lift your hands up off the floor the same way you are positioned. No change yet. Now pull your abdominals in a lot. More than you think you need to do. Reach your arms out long. Feel the heaviness of the weight. And let that weight carry you back. Use it as a counterbalance point. Reach the arms up. Stay in chair. Reach the arms higher. Come up to stand. Good. That's a really good way to warm up. That got you warm right away. Bring your ankles and feet and heels to touch. Standing at the back edge of your mat. Bend your knees and bring your hands behind your thighs, behind your knees. Reach the arms up and then float down. So I'm not lifting my arms laterally. I'm just moving the arms up in a straight line to the ceiling. Before, we were moving our arms out to the side like a bird flapping its wings. I'm bending my knees and I'm going into a chair, and I'm framing my body with two arms like the number 11. So you're coming straight up from the floor. The arms are lifting. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And lower your hands down. Very good. Lower down, roll down. Now take the weights underneath your shoulders. Come into plank. Press the heels back. You're moving into a supported plank by holding the weight on the floor. The right hand is pressing into the right weight, the left into the left. Now lift the right foot up off the mat. And then lower it down. Flex your left foot, lift it up. Lower it down. Belly in. Right foot up, chest forward. Right foot down. Left foot lifts. Left foot lowers. Right knee drops. Left knee drops. Stand on your knees. Take a moment. Step the right foot forward. Use your abdominal strength to step forward with the left. Roll up through the spine. Left foot back, right foot forward. The feet are approximately 2 to 2.5 feet apart. You're intersecting the right heel with the left arch, and you're taking 1 or 2 weights in your left hand. This is a one-arm row, and you can do a heavier set of weights. If you've got weights, if you don't have weights, just simulate the action, which is this, without a weight. This can be done with or without the weights. So, take your fingertips on your hip and roll the hips forward. Right hip back, left hip front. So your hips are even facing the front with the back foot, the left foot, pressing into the left outer edges of the foot so you're fully grounded and engaged. Pull your abdominals in, take your right hand and press your lower tummy in. Now move your chest all the way forward like you're going to take off and fly like that. Move your right arm down, but don't throw your shoulder forward. Keep it back so it's even in line with the right, so you have a straight line across. Look down at the floor and pull the elbow back. The arm is close to the rib cage and down. We're going to do a nice long set of one-arm rows. So lift and lower. Abs are working strong. 3, 4, 5. A rhythmic flow. 6. And continue. Keep lifting up in a straight line. You're reaching low to the floor. You can actually touch the floor down, but that's a little bit harder. I'm going to keep it moderate and come almost to the floor. That's, I think, enough physical action to make it interesting, but not overdone. Pulling back. So you're drawing back with your arm, keeping your shoulders square to the front. Your left outer foot is pressing into the floor so you could rotate that left hip forward. We're up to 29, 30. We have 20 more. So keep doing the row. If you need to stop before the end, then please do so. This is a video. You can always, I guess, go back in time, or right. Once it's completed, you can go any direction. Forward, I believe, and back. 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. So that was a nice set. Again, we're going for simplicity. No complicated combinations. There's enough to think of nowadays with your shelter-in-place order extended, thinking about what the future's going to bring and not knowing. The uncertainty can be stressful. So the right foot back about 2.5 feet, one leg's distance apart, approximately. You're going to ground the outer edges of the right foot down, so you're rolling out a little bit, but you're lifting up with the inseam of your pants. So you've got your inner and outer thigh active in the back leg, the front leg, the left knee's bent, so you're feeling the front thigh. Now take your fingertips on your hips and move the right hip forward, left hip back. Pull your tummy in, pull the shoulders down, and reach the right arm forward without throwing the shoulder and round shouldering the body. Take your hands down nice and low, bend your left knee a lot, and press the left outer edges of the right foot down. And row, straight arm lift. You're pulling up from the floor. So your elbow comes straight up. The inside of the arm brushes the outside of your right rib cage. So you're in a dynamic position of control. You're looking down at the floor right in front of you, so your neck is remaining in a nice, long, comfortable place. You're holding on to your left thigh. It gives you leverage and support. And you're pushing the right foot down and back, so you're equally standing on both feet. So you're not throwing all of the weight in that left knee. You're pressing back with the right foot and grounding your right foot on the floor. So you're rowing straight back. We're up to 28, 29, 30, and keep going. We're almost there with this movement. These muscles require a lot of heat, either a lot of weight or a lot of repetition. Now, since we don't have a lot of weights to choose from, or maybe you don't have any at all, that's okay. So we'll just do more reps, 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very well done. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring the feet parallel. Roll the shoulders back and down 2 times and shrug a little bit. You're going to step the left foot forward. Big step forward, big step, and take your right leg and move it back in space. You're in a high lunge now. Take your arms out in a 90-degree angle. Lower your right knee straight down to the floor, and make sure your left knee is in line with your left ankle, not pressing forward over the toes. You're going to lift the arms in a shoulder press and then lower. You're lifting up, pressing both feet down, the left sole of the foot, the right toes. Your right toes are curled under, and you're in a high lunge, and you're working into a lunging position, working on the shoulders and strengthening the arms and the legs. Using the core, the trunk area is elongated, and stop. Let's switch legs. Right foot forward, make sure the knee is over your ankle, not forward over the toes like that for safety of the right knee. Take the left foot, stick it back all the way, and shift the weight so the shoulders line up with the hip. So it's a straight line down to the knee. You're going to bend your elbows in 90 degrees, and you're going to lift up and down. So you're lowering the left knee as the arms rise up. Straight up lift. Frame your ears with your arms with one weight in each hand, or if you don't have a weight, you're doing it without a weight. You can do the same thing without using a weight. 4 more. 1, 2, lower that back knee down. 3, and step forward with the left foot. Really good. Let's take a moment and circle our hips and bend our knees and loosen up anything tight. And then we're going the other way around and around. Okay, you're going to face in again. We're going to move the sit bones back. Crease at the hips. Let's take our weights and press them into our hip creases again so your tailbone can move back and you can get your knees back so you can protect them. You're going to touch the floor down. Now we're not going to do what we did before. We did chair. We're doing something else. We're lifting up halfway, extending both arms back, hinging from the elbows, and then lowering the weights down to the floor. The knees are bent. Lift up, knees are bent. Kick back with the arms, hands in, lower down. So it's lift, extend, bend, and lower. Make sure you're not using the whole arm like this. You're moving from the elbow to the wrist, not the shoulder to the elbow. So watch. You're kicking back. Let's do it again. Keep the knees bent the whole time. Keep the chest forward, tailbone back. Keep your abdominals engaged and your shoulders relaxed. Lift, extend, bend, and lower. Now you're using that core and the lower body in conjunction with a tricep kickback, strengthening the arms and a lot of other muscles along with it. So every few weeks we will repeat sequences or themes. Today is weight work or soup cans or a simulation of those actions. Push, down, up, extend, and bend. That's it. Keep the chest long so you're not caving in, and you're keeping a flat torso so you're not rounding your shoulders and hunching. Down and up, extend and bend. 5 more. Nice and healthy. You have to move during this quarantine time or stay-at-home order. Your muscles will weaken and get stiff, and you can go into a depression from non-movement. Movement is very important. Promotes circulation, stimulates the immune system, oxygenates the body, and so forth. You want to keep your life as normal as you can. So exercise is wonderful too. You have time, this is what you do. We're going to bring our knees, ankles, and thighs and heels together. You're going to lift up from the floor, then move our tailbone back once again. You're going to lower the weights down and then press the palms up. So I'm going to show you a back view, moving the tailbone back, and we're going to lift the arms really high. And if you don't have weights, again, you can do the very same action throughout the class without the weights. Those of you who are in my Club Normandy, you know that one we do weights with in conjunction with the Pilates. Once a week definitely, and maybe more. So come down, palms face up to the ceiling and lift. Now move your chest forward, but push your knees and hips back so your weight goes back again. You don't want all of the weight in the toes or the knees. You want the weight to shift back. And your elbows are fairly straight here. They're pretty straight. I don't want to say rigidly locked because that was not what we intended to be. And we're going to lift up. Now we're going to stand up and then push back. Now you're pushing back. Push, push, push. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. Well done. Back of the shoulders. I'm going to face you, and I'm going to bring my elbows into the side of my body. I'm going to widen my legs in a wide plie. I'm going to bend my knees and look down and make sure you can see all 5 toes on each foot. Though you don't want your feet close in, you want them separated enough so that you don't want to be too far either. You would lose your balance. But you want to be able to drop your tailbone straight down to the floor. Track the knees to the outside, the 3rd toe. And then we're going to curl the arms. You're going to lower your seat, but straight down. We're not shifting back or forward. Straight down and rise up. We're working on strengthening the top and inner thigh and the biceps. Now we're going to lift the spine upright so that we're working on spinal muscles and abdominal muscles in your core, your center, the powerhouse set of muscles. Good. Keep going. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to shift side to side. Right arm curls, lean to the right, straighten your leg, lower your arm. Left arm curls, left knee bends out toward the 3rd toe, right? Our knees and feet are turned out here. Continuously, it looks like a shift side to side, which it is. My weight goes right, my weight goes left. Unilaterally lifting up 1 arm at a time. We were doing 2 arms before. Now we're doing one arm. Remember, simplicity is the key today. We don't want complex, we don't want complicated. Yes, after all, you're listening to instructions and you're doing what you're doing. It could be very distracting to have complicated combinations. In person, that's different. When we're in a room together and you have a guided instruction, that's different. You can do it then. 5 more sets. Right, left, that's 1 set. 2 sets. 3, 4. Your spine is upright here. 5. Good. Lower your seat down. Straight down to the floor. Bring your elbows out to the side and tuck your elbows into your weight. Lower your seat straight down to the floor and curl. Your hands are angled out to the side. 3. Strengthening the whole body here. Curl. Curling. Good. Dropping straight down so that your spine is erect and you're in a good postural place. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold your legs in the turned out position and you're dropping straight down to the floor, nice and low. Now move your arms away from your body. Keep your elbows bent. Lower your seat down and curl. Straighten your legs and bend your knees. Curl and lower. So you're really strengthening the arms here. Down and up. You feel your legs working, probably, maybe not. Maybe you're strong and this is not affecting you. 10 more. Inhale, exhale. Now let's talk about that. You don't want to hold your breath. We breathe out through the mouth and through the nose in this class. 4, 3. Now hold your arms away from your body and little pulses up. Now shift the weight side to side as you're pressing up. It's a little combination here, a little coordination activity. Good. Concentrate on what's happening and the sensations arising. 4, 3, 2, 1. And step forward. Let's hit the floor. Gently and carefully, as gracefully as you can. Let's come down to the floor. Lie down on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Have your weights handy beside you. I want to shift into some abdominal strengthening. So I want you to not use your neck. So how will I figure that out? I don't. All I have to do, if I have my hands behind my head, is a temptation to pull on my neck and not use my abdomen and just pull my head forward. That could happen especially with people who are beginners and don't have a lot of abdominal strength. So what I want you to do today is to extend your legs out in front of you. Dig your heels into the floor. The knees are not straight, the knees are bent. But you know that your feet are not flat on the floor. The heels are down and the toes are up. Crisscross my elbows, and I'm taking my left hand on my right shoulder and I'm snaking my right arm underneath the space, and I'm bringing my right hand to my left shoulder. And my left shoulder hugs my left arm hugs my right shoulder, and my arm underneath in between the space is hugging the left shoulder. Okay, I hope I said that right. Now draw your heels an inch or so away from you. Your knees are still bent. You can see that I'm not straightening my knees like that. That's very hard on your back. I don't want that at all. You want your heels on the floor, knees bent, but not on the floor so much that your feet are flat. I want you to have an extension and lengthening of the muscles. I want long muscles here. You're going to inhale, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, rise, lower. So crunch. Very good. Keep pulling the rib cage down. The abdominals are pulling down to the floor. You're exhaling with your breath. Making an audible sound. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, Rib cage, you're doing a stomach crunch. You are. It's a regular crunch, nothing else. Now slip your right hand from underneath. Open the arms. Now take your right hand to the outside of the left shoulder. You're hooking your whole palm on the left shoulder. Snake your left arm underneath the space created by this shape. And take your left palm and place it on your right shoulder. You're crisscrossing on the elbows, but this time the opposite arm is on top for balance. Now press the heels down. Make sure your legs are far away, but not completely bent. Now take your time here to inhale through the nose, fill up through the ribs and backs and spine. Exhale through your mouth. Flatten your tummy from that place. Lift up halfway down. Exhale. Crisscrossing the elbows in front of the chest. Keep pulling the tummy in. A different position to keep you away from pulling on those neck muscles. We don't want that. 5 more. Breathe out as you lift up your exhale. Okay. Walk your feet in and windshield wiper the knees. Open the arms wide. Very well done. At this point, let me just take a moment to get a mint. A little cotton mouth now. It's warm in my house. And I'm giving you a break. Okay. Now, we're going to do something similar but different. Let me show you from the side. I'm going to crisscross not at my elbows, but at my wrists. My right wrist is on top of my left. We're all together here. Now pull your belly in and start to make your way down to the floor. Now straighten your legs, reach your arms back, then bend your knees and dig your heels in the floor. Your knees are bent a little bit, right? You're not all the way in. Now lift your head, neck, and shoulders up and bring your arms behind your ears. And exhale, lift, inhale low. Keep the arms not in front. Look at me if you're not looking, everyone viewing. Your arms are not forward in front of your body. Your arms are pushing back by your ears. They're framing, your biceps are framing your ears, and your arms are behind your head with the wrist crisscross, the right wrist on top. Exhale, up, inhale. Hard to talk and do this, so I'll just do it without talking. Audible breath here. 3 more. Now bring your feet flat, lift your arms up. You see that your right hand is crisscross in front of your left. Left hand in front of right. The wrists are crossing, not the elbows. Draw the legs straight all the way and flex your feet so that you're parallel. Now dig your heels into the mat and bend your knees to slide them out. Then lift head, neck, and shoulders and heart up off the floor, tilt the chin down, bring your arms back, back, back behind you. Line up the biceps by the ears and slightly back. Your hands are behind your head and lift up. Tight tummy, long torso, long legs. Breathe out. 5 more. And 5, then lower down. Beautiful. Windshield wiper the knees. Just roll the knees side to side. Press your palms down. Slide your legs straight. Push up to a seated position. Now I'm going to show you what I want. You're going to cross, lay the left hand on top here. And then you're going to touch. Let's do it this way. I changed my mind. Elbows are parallel. Touch your fingertips to the top of your shoulders. Now I'll show you from a back view where you're going. You're going to lean back, elbows back, elbows by the ears. And exhale, you're going to crunch forward. Okay, so we're ready to do a side view. I'm going to roll down, holding on right hand to right, top of the shoulder, left to left, right? Because we said that. Now, start to make your way onto the mat and extend your legs straight. Then bend your knees a little bit. You're back in that shape. Elbows point up to the ceiling, then behind you toward the back of the room, and lift. And we're going to stay here, lifting up. 10 more. And breathing audibly. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then lower your feet down with the knees directly above your hips. Nicely done, and windshield wipe with the legs. Now lift your heels about a few inches off the floor. Take your hands behind your head and lower the toes to the floor and come up a few inches. Elbows are wide. Your shoulders are off the floor. You're touching down with your toes and you're lifting a few inches. Look at how little I'm lifting. I want to really go into this place. And your shoulders are off the floor. They don't have to be high, but they're not down on the floor. You're supporting your head. Your elbows are wide to the side. Elbows are out. You're touching down and lifting. You're going very little. You're really going into the depth of that lower part from the pubic bone toward the navel in the pelvic floor region. 10 more. Pull this in. Now lift up a little higher. Make yourself go higher. Up, up. Touch down. 4, 5, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feet flat. Arms by your side. Good. Now separate your feet as wide as your mat and turn your toes out the way we did when we were standing up in the plie. Now, take 2 hands behind your head, cervical nod, cervical curl. So you're nodding the chin down and you're curling the shoulders up off the floor, the cervical vertebrae rod. Now open the elbows. Now push the left side down and the right so you get a little bit more height. You're going to lift your right foot a tiny amount off the floor and the left. As you twist, twist. Lift the foot a little bit, not a lot. So it's not this, using a lot of hip flexion. It's twisting the upper body, the left, lifting the left foot, twisting the upper body right, lifting the right. And let me go even smaller than that. The twist is happening fully, but the lift is small. The less lifting, the better. Just a little bit. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And just run it out. Run it out and then steady the upper body and just tap the toes down. And then lower the heels. Come down and lift up and down. Working a lot of abdominals today. Up. Now the knees are bent and you're in a standard crunch. 5 more. 3, 4, 5, and lower down. Beautiful. Bring your arms overhead, and now the legs are straight. Bring the arms to the side, and then bend your knees. Place the palms down, slide the hands forward, slide the legs forward, and pick up 1 weight in each hand. Take your time, dig your heels into the floor, knees and thighs are touching. Reach your arms out in front of you, but don't throw your shoulders forward like that. Keep them back. But don't stick out your ribs either. You're integrated in a neutral shape. You're not lifting the ribs, nor are you rounding. You're in a normal, neutral, flat spine. You're going to roll back and front. 1 weight in each hand, or 1 soup can, or just your arms are rowing back. So being creative and resourceful during these stressful times is another advantage. Learning how to do with less, creating more in your life. Yeah. Now lift the right foot a little bit. We're not lifting high either here. And pull. And pull, rowing back. Lifting the heel just a slight amount. It's all that's required. Now 2 heels lift. Back. Pull. This is getting a little bit more intensity in that midsection. Now we're going to lift up a little bit higher, then a little bit higher, and then we're going to bend our knees and tabletop and reach the weights up to the ceiling, back, and you're going to lower 1 hand down You're balancing on your sitting bones. This can be challenging with a weight and doing this too. Now I'm going to straighten my legs and flex my feet. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lie down on your back. Bend your knees. Feet are flat. Knees are facing up. Legs are together. Take the weights together. Palms facing. You're going to lift the arms back overhead. Stretch. Exhale. Bring the weights forward. Your feet are fully flat on the floor. Tuck your chin under so your neck is long. Inhale and exhale. A lot of breath accompanying movement. Very good. Just nurture and nourish each position. We're going to do a very nice long set of this. Inhale, exhale. Because this is meant to be done with heavy weights, not soup cans. Soup cans, know what, they weigh a pound or two. If you have weights, I tried to order weights online, couldn't get them. So we're going to do a lot of high repetition endurance rather than strength training. Strength training is when you lift very heavy for you, for your body, heavy weights, and just do some reps to kind of build muscle mass, which women don't do anyway. They might get toned and defined, but men do. Sorry. You're rolling down, pulling down. So this is called a lat pullover. But it's like a row, and it's overhead. We're going to do another set. So you're going to pull. Now, you're going to separate your feet a comfortable distance and bring your right knee in. Now you're lifting the leg high and reach. We're using a lot of hip flexion. Pull and pull. Now straighten your leg and kick your leg up, and the weights go straight forward, and you're pulling your rib cage down. You're getting very long in that torso. There's nothing unusual about that, but you're pulling the ribs down as you you're doing a stomach crunch in conjunction with a leg lift. One more. Now we're going to lift both legs up. Pull and release. Pull. Your lower back is on the floor, but we're moving rather quickly. Pull. 5 more. 3, 4, 5. Legs up to the ceiling. You're going to press your palms in, frame your body with your arms, and lift your hips and lower. So you're lifting your arms in conjunction with the hips rising up in a straight line, up, up. So working upper and abdominals and legs, up, up. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now lower back is flat, tailbone down. Lower the legs down, reach the arms up. Now rise up and hold the position. Lift your arms up and swing one arm at a time down. And then we're going to go back into the scissoring action. Use your tummy, use your legs, use your arms, and hold and lower. Roll down on your back, feet flat. Move knees side to side. Now lift your legs up, heels in line with knees, in a 90-degree angle, upside down tabletop. And now you're going to take your weights together, palms facing in toward each other, rounding the arms. Make sure your knees are right in line with your hips, not in too far or too far away, but in that L shape. And you're going to open your arms out, bend the elbows, and rounding the arms like you're going around a big barrel. Inhale, exhale. So the arms are wide, the elbows are slightly bent, the palms are coming in toward each other, and you're touching your tailbone down and pressing your navel back to the floor so you have a flat tummy. So we're going to bring the weights in and out. So we're rounding the arms, round around the barrel, around the beach ball. 10 more. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feet flat on the floor. Straighten your legs, flex your feet, reach the arms up, and rise up. And then lower the weights down, bring your palms down, and place your hands by your hips. Walk your weights back so here they're under your shoulders and in line, but you're going to walk your hands back and lift your chest high. So you're lifting up from the sternum. Stay here. Now bring your left foot down and your right. Walk your hands now back underneath you. Press the floor away. You're still holding on to those weights. Push the pelvis up toward the ceiling, opening the front body. Lift up a little higher, look up or slightly back. Lift up, lift up, lift up. And then swing your hips back and lower down onto the floor. Place the weights down beside you. Take the right foot and roll down with the right knee into the chest. Lift the left leg in the air. And you're going to circle the leg around and up for one. So we're doing a knee to chest version of single leg circle. Inhale down, exhale up. So because this is a little bit easier than with the leg extended out on the floor, we're going to do a long set of reps. Inhale down, exhale up. So you're drawing the letter D with your left big toe, keeping the left side of the body fully engaged and grounded on the floor. Now take that left leg around to the right and up for one. Inhale, exhale two. So you're making a circle around to the left and drawing a straight line up to the ceiling like you're zipping up a zipper. So where's the breathing? Inhale down, exhale up, two more times. Now take your left leg long, lift head, neck, and shoulders up. Left elbow to right knee, right elbow to right knee. So you're bringing the elbow to the side of the knee. And you're twisting, 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 twisting. Your left leg is staying still. You're not moving it, it's extended out in front. You're bringing left elbow to right inner knee, right elbow to right outer knee. Now let's do the same right away on the other side. So left elbow to left knee, right elbow to left knee. Left elbow, right elbow. Keep the right leg extended, twisting, twisting, twisting. Inhale, exhale. Rotating around. 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands in front of left shin. Right toes up, turn the heel and toe out slightly, bring the left knee in, and draw the backward letter D with the right big toe. Keep the whole right side and down. Inhale. The whole right side of the body's grounded on the floor. You're not lifting the right butt cheek or the right shoulder or anything like that. Inhale down, exhale up. Big circle around and up. So we're going for high reps and simplicity today. There's a couple of things going on. Exhale. One more time. Pause at the top. Now draw the letter D. Inhale down, exhale up. Now how low down the toes go toward the floor when you're lower in the lower part, like right here, will be your choice. You don't have to go as low as I'm going. You know, you'll find your own way through it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now both legs up. Now the right elbow goes to the right hip, the left elbow goes to the left, and you're going to side bend, crunch, crunch, crunch. Now you're going to pick up weights, rock up, get your weights. Lift up your legs, press yourself up nice and high, and you're going to reach your arms forward. Now you're going to push forward, forward, forward. Reach, reach, reach. Now bring the right hand down and side bend, crunch to the left, forward, forward. So you're reaching the left arm forward as the left ribs are coming down to the top of the left hip. You're rippling in the side of your left rib cage. You're moving the ribs to the hips, side bending, crunching. Pull. You're twisting your body to the side. Now the other side, right arm reaches forward and pull the ribs down. Push, push. You're extending your right arm forward. Right palm faces the outer right leg, and you push forward, forward. Side bend crunch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs up. Bend your elbow 90 degrees, palms face forward, and you're lifting up into a chest press. Arms are 90 degrees. You have one weight in each hand, or if you don't have weights, you're doing it without. Now lift your tailbone again. Up, up, up. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your feet down. Reach the weights up. Palms face in. Like you're doing a lat pull over. You're going to extend your legs straight, and you're going to roll up through the spine. And I'm going to show you from a back view. My legs are extended out in front of me. And you're going to reach down and up. Elbows behind your head. So let me do it again. Let me set it up. And come back. Lift. Now pull down and back. Pull down, back. 4, 3, 2, 1. One weight down, then the other. Reach the arms up and go into your seated forward fold. Just take your time to lengthen forward and stretch out the spine and the back of the legs. Breathe. Take your time to notice how you feel in this position. And then come down. Bringing a lot of awareness into the body. Taking yourself onto your hands and knees. And press your hips back all the way to your heels. Come forward. Reach the chest forward and then roll down onto your abdomen. Bring your hands by your side, palms up. Now press the legs together so then push your pubic bone down and forward. Press down with your pelvis. Then lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. The back of the hands are on the floor. And then roll down. The back of the hands, the fingernails are pressing into the floor the whole time. You're not lifting your hand. Bring your toes and heels and knees and thighs to touch. You're in one line. Slide your hands back. Lift your chest. Use the back of the hands to roll the shoulders together. And then roll down. One more time into the dart. Lift up. Now lift your arms with it. Interlace your hands, make a fist, toes are down, feet are down, knees are down, thighs are down, pelvis is forward, you're bearing down, pushing down, lifting arms. Now look down at the floor and then lift your legs. Create a fist with your hands, lift your legs up a little higher, lower the toes down, remove the hands, place your hands under your shoulders, draw the elbows back like a lizard, press the floor away, lift up in the modified down, up dog, and push your hips all the way back. We're going to do a lower back correction exercise. So stay with me and focus. You need to look and see. That's great. I want you to observe. I'm going to come down to the floor and bring my elbows out to the side, wide. My left elbow is touching the outside of my side of my mat, and my right elbow the same. My chin is resting on the back of my hands, so I have a little elevation point. Then I'm going to bring my feet as wide as the mat, widen my legs, and then turn my knees out and create a frog structure by pressing the feet together. Now, this is muscular and subtle. You're not going to see a whole lot. I'm going to lift my pubic bone up a little bit. Nothing looks like it's changed probably. Then I'm going to push down with my pubic bone, my thighs, and then I'm going to roll my heels in toward my glutes. So I'm working very small. My knees are going to lift just an inch. I don't want a high lift. I want a very, very tight, controlled lifting, and then lower your knees and then lower your feet to the floor. Let's do that again. It's subtle. This is not a lot of lifting like you do a bow pose or something. Bring your feet together, knees as wide as the mat. Press the soles of the feet together, then push your pelvis down and lift your knees an inch. I don't want more than an inch up off the floor, and then lower them down. Now, walk your feet together and bend your knees and kick your heels into your glutes. Separate your hands, bring your chin and chest down, reach back and lift your chest up off the floor. Then grab the right foot with the right hand and the left foot with the left. And then press the floor away. Push the pubic bone down. Now draw the shoulders together and lift your knees a little bit off the floor. Let's stay here for 5. Lift the knees, lift the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your pelvis and bring your heels to your glute. Lower your feet down. Hands under your shoulders. A wide angle modified up dog. Bring your knees as wide as the mat and extend your arms out in front of you. And press the pelvis back as the chest reaches down and arms reach ahead of you. Savor the moment. This is a nice feeling in your spine and hips. You're wide. You're opening and expanding rather than contracting and shortening. Come up and bring your knees into your chest and lie down on your back. I think we must be approaching the hour mark. Now, Kath, how much more time?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, good. Okay, my timing, I haven't been doing this all week, so I was busy with project. My timing is getting a little bit sluggish. And now rock side to side. Let's go to happy baby. I want to do some leg work anyway. Now take your hands on your on the feet. You could reach for the soles of your feet or the outer edges of your calves or your thighs, or keep your hands on the floor or something else. Maybe just hold your knees in like that. There is no right or wrong way here to open up the pelvis and lower back, as long as you feel good. And rock side to side. We want to feel, we did a little bit of back bending and spinal correction, a decent amount of upper body, plenty of ab work, some balancing work on our sitting bones into teaser position, so we're pretty good here. Now extend your legs out wide in a wide straddle and roll the flesh in and then pull the flesh up toward the knees. So you're in a stretch for your inner legs and inner hips, and you feel what you feel. This is a comfortable position. This is not anything deep or invasive. Now bring your legs together and bend your knees. Place your feet flat on the floor. Reach for your weights one last time. Arms up. Bring your feet away and roll up and reach the arms up. Now one more time, we're going to roll into this balancing work on our sitting bones. Now turn the palms up and draw one arm at a time and do a bicep curl. Pull your abdominals in. It's a steady action. It's a controlled one. Now both arms pull, but the legs are not moving. You're pulling the weights into your shoulders and you're breathing. Now lift the legs a little higher, lower the hands down, and circle up and down. Use your tummy strength to focus on this internal awareness. 4, 3, 2, and lower your feet down. Slide your hands forward and drop your chest into the thigh. Let's come up and take a wide angle straddle position. Take your toes in a little bit and your heels out and drop your head between your arms. Shift the weight towards your heels and towards your toes and back and forth till you find the weight directly over the center of each foot. Walk your hands back, widen and narrow your legs to the degree of comfort that's wonderful for you. And lift your seat up and drop the head down between your arms. You're pressing the hands down, the tailbone up. Now walk your hands out in front of you, arching the spine slightly. Press your tailbone back and reach your fingers long and frame your head with your arms. Now shift the weight forward into your toes and lift your right arm up Lower the right hand down, shift the weight to the heels. Now shift the weight to the toes, shoulders over wrists, and lift the left arm up. And push back, center, lift, lower. Push back, center, lift, lower. 2 more. 1 more set. And lift up, and then walk your hands back and drop the top of the head down. Shift your weight over to the left thigh and just hang into it, bend the left knee. And shift the weight to the right foot, bend your right knee, chest on thigh. Come back to center 1 more time. And then lower your knees down, lie down on your left side. Bring your right hand behind your head, right elbow up, right shoulder on top of the left. Take your right leg out in front of you. Move the right hip forward, reach the right elbow back and lift your right leg up and down. We're simplifying our side leg lifts into a lateral right leg lift. You're lifting with the side of your leg and you're keeping your tummy engaged, your right elbow's back. Keep lifting up, keep working on focusing and balancing and breathing, all of that included. Nice set of lifts, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bend your top knee and lower your foot down. And let's do side 2. On your right side, right forearm and elbow down, right elbow under right shoulder. Take your left hand behind your head and make sure the top left shoulder lines up with the bottom so you have a straight line. Left hand behind the head, extend the left leg long in front of you. Move the left elbow back, but the left hip forward so you're not rolling back here. Look forward and slightly up and lift your leg. This is a nice way to do a lateral leg lift, getting this work going into that place. Now, you're lifting up from here and those muscles are getting elevation and activation at the same time. So you're keeping your body long, you're working on a lift, and you're breathing. We're up to the last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Stack the left knee on top of the right and transition to the other side again. Bending the left knee, heel in line with knee in an L shape, left elbow in line with left wrist, left shoulder above left elbow, right arm in the air, right arm over your right ear, right leg straight to the side. You're going to pull your ribs down, pull. So I'm pulling here, my rib cage. And again, I'm getting the side of my leg. My leg's extended straight out. My leg is not forward like it was. It's straight out to the side. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, direct side bend, and 1. Bend your right heel into your right glute and lift your chest. Nudge the knee forward and back a little, loosen it up, then draw the heel to the glute. And we're going to do 1 more side, then we're going to be pretty much finished with today's workout. Draw the right knee in, gracefully and smoothly, transitioning side 2, almost there. Heel in line with knee, left leg straight out. Now make sure this top hip is rolling slightly in. Your left heel is pressing away. Left arm frames your left ear. Right arm supports you so you're not caving in on that side. Make sure of that. So you're lifting up and over your ear. You're going to pull your rib cage down and lift your left leg laterally to the side, but not in front. Before we did this, now the leg goes to the side using different muscles. And you're going to pull. As the leg lifts, you're pulling the ribs down. Exhale as the elbow comes in. 10 more. Really crunch that left side body. 8, 9, and 10. Bend your knee, bring your left heel to your left glute, and move your knee forward and back, loosening up some tightness there. We can get pretty tight if you're not active during this stay-at-home order, then your body's going to stiffen up. We must move the body. It's good for your mind and your body and your health, and it just is a good thing to do. Now draw the knee back a little if you want, or move it forward, bring the heel to the glute. That's your important component here. And bring the knee in, stack your knees, use your hands to come up. Let's finish with the legs out in front, soles of the feet together, and bring your arms forward. Or you can bring your hands, elbows in, and hold on to your legs in a flat back, or you could round forward. I'm going to let you decide your better option. And reach the arms forward if you want to lengthen and widen a little more. Coming up, extend the legs straight. One more seated fold to finish. Reach up, climbing up. Find your seated forward bend and move the chest ahead of you. Pull your abdominals in. Coming up, fingertips face in, lean back, lift the chest, the head fall back. Come center, right hand outside left ear. Let go of the pressure. If you're stressed out from things, let it go. Come center, left hand outside right ear, tilt the head sideways, right hand grounds. You're very lifted in your center and aware of your body. Lift your arms up, bring your hands together. We're done with our session today. I thank you so much. Please, if you like this, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Pilates Mat by Professor P. I hope this worked for you. Have a great night and have a good weekend. Take care.